July 11th, 2023, San Diego, California, about 6:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. I really like that United's 737. Of course, I love that. There's just something about this United livery on the 737 MAX. Just a good looking plane. Good looking. This little haze we got going on here isn't doing it any justice. There goes one right there. During the day when the sun's out, those polished engine cowlings, the intake bezels really look good. I don't know if that's something that they do on purpose where they polish them and maybe put some sort of a sealer on it to preserve the shine or not. I'd have to lean towards no, but who's to say? I know on, like 18-wheeler tractors, they have the Alcoa aluminum wheels, and they like to get them polished up really nice. Sometimes they put a protective coating over it, almost like a clear coat, to preserve that sheen. I wonder if they do that in the aircraft world industry. Looks like a 700 series. Really like. I know a lot of people have their feelings about Southwest, but I grew up watching Southwest do its thing, and I've flown on them several times as a teenager and a young adult. Back in the early 90s, I'll never forget a girlfriend I had. Yeah, I just love that 700 series 737. Girlfriend and I, Dion Sutherland, God bless her, the one that got away, the one that I let get away, actually. We, of course, this was a big deal. I had a fake ID at 18. Who didn't back then, right? But we flew to Las Vegas from Orange County, and that was a big deal. 18, 19 years old. That was a big deal. 19 years old, flying to Las Vegas for the weekend with your girlfriend. A buddy of mine's parents hooked me up with a really big discount at Caesar's Palace. And good deal at Caesar's Palace in a suite, with a jacuzzi tub in it and a great view, and and all that stuff. And her and I went, enjoyed ourselves, and in the evening she brought a real nice dinner dress, and I think I just had a collared shirt, I believe. I might have had a sport jacket. I don't recall. But we dressed up and had dinner, and played the part, right? Young adults out on the town, 19-year-olds with fake IDs, acting like we're living the dream, and we were, right? And my thing was, I loved playing craps. I feel like I'm good at it. I was definitely on my game as a young man. We played that quite a bit. Good looking plane. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? Good looking. Yeah, we played craps, or I played craps, and she stood next to me. Beautiful, beautiful girl. And at 48 years old today, she's just as pretty today as she was 20 plus years ago, and wow, we had a great weekend. One of, I think, 2 times we made that trip. The first one was just so memorable. We had a great time. I'll never forget, on Sunday, I think our flight left at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And of course we got up, got cleaned up, kind of laid around the room there for the better part of the morning. Got cleaned up and went downstairs to get ready to leave. And I happened to have a couple chips in my pocket that I didn't cash in from the night before. I failed to share that I did well that night. I managed to get back to the room at a decent time. It was definitely before midnight, with a substantial amount of money. Well over my investment, and I was like, shoot. Well, you know what? I happened to walk by a Pai Gow table. It's a Asian game, basically stud poker. And I sat down, or actually I stood there, and I just said, I'm gonna let it ride. And I let it ride, and I couldn't lose. I sat there. We ended up rescheduling our flight. Of course, she was a little nervous, that we weren't gonna get home, and blah 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 blah. And of course, I was living the dream, right? I couldn't lose a hand. I didn't care if we ever got home at that point. Look at that fluff. We stuck around there for a few hours, and I managed to, I don't know, it was a couple $1,000s. Today, actually, it would be a substantial amount of money today. $1,000, a couple $1,000 is a couple $1,000. But for me at that time, circa 1992-ish, 92, 93, that was a ton of money. A ton of money. I think I finally gave it up around 2:30, 3 o'clock. I started, sensing a trend that wasn't going to benefit me financially. So I got up and walked out. And cashed in, I want to say like $3,500, and we got to the airport, managed to get on a flight back to Orange County. I think I had to pay out of pocket maybe $100. And in case I didn't say this earlier, I think the tickets to fly to Vegas for her and I, round trip, was like $150. You know what I mean? I think it was less than 200. You know, that's when they were doing that, like $50. You know, like they were advertising like $50 round trip tickets to Vegas from LA and Orange County, right? But yeah, I'll never forget that that first trip. The second trip, I forget. We had a bunch of friends with us, and it was kind of all over the place. But the one that will always be very special to me was the first trip that her and I went out there together. Oh, look at that! That is so rad. Oh, cool. Yeah, that was, I'll never forget that. I don't know who's watching this video, listening to me, but you're probably thinking to yourself, you know, maybe you had one of those memories with somebody that you know, 20, 30 years down the road, you remember like it was yesterday, and it was very meaningful to you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it was for me. I'm here at San Diego Airport. Obviously, we are part of the expansion for the new terminal here. This is a big project, and it's a big terminal. It's probably doubling the size of this airport. And this airport's not big, but I can tell you from the 4 months that I have been here, I am absolutely impressed daily with the amount of planes that come in and out of here. The volume of planes that come in and out of this airport is amazing. It is amazing. God, that's beautiful. Doggone it. Look at that. That's a Cessna. I want to say they call that a Caravan. That's FedEx. This flight comes out of here, I think, twice a day, and it goes to Imperial, which is about 120 miles east of here, out in the desert that way. It's probably 105 degrees there already. In the afternoon, you get Lufthansa and British Airways. At 4:30, you can set your watch to it that British Airways A350 will drop in here, and the pilots make it look like it's effortless. And just before noon, I think they come about 9 o'clock. United has a flight from Washington D.C. and it's a 777 from Washington D.C. and it lands here around 9 a.m. and departs right around 12:45 p.m. And then Japan Airlines has a Dreamliner that pulls in here, I want to say before noon as well. It might come just in the afternoon. It might just come right after lunch. I can't recall, dang it. But it comes in here and does its thing, and they have a pretty quick turnaround. To see those larger aircrafts come in here, it's something to see. They make it look so effortless. And that Japan Airlines 787 is beautiful. I love seeing that thing up close. It taxis right here in front of me, and it's gorgeous. So is the Lufthansa A350 and the United 777, of course. That United 777 that comes in and out here, it's almost the same plane daily, and it's about a 26-year-old plane, and she smokes a little bit. Got a couple of videos of that here on my channel of that particular plane. Yeah, I'm a Southwest fan, by the way, in case you didn't know. I really am. One of these days, I'd love for them to just shock the world and see one of those in see a A380 with Southwest livery. Wouldn't that be something? All right, I gotta go to work. Downtown San Diego. It's beautiful. If you've never been here, you must come. It's beautiful.